Hello friends, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to discuss about the Good Samaritan scheme. So we all know that it has been in news very recently, like the victims of the accidents, they have been lying down on roads in various cases, and for hours they have been there in that condition, and sometimes it has even caused death. This is which had a very bad impact on both the society as well as the people who were there. So we cannot blame anyone for this, neither can we say that there was no fault on our part. So that's why there was a debate, so the issue has come up about the Good Samaritan. So we need to know who is a Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan or helpful bystander is a person who offers help to the accident victim without the anxiety of any criminal or civil liability. So like whenever an accident takes place, we all know the first thing that we are afraid of is that there will be some police case and we will get trapped into that. So we feel very lethargic even though we see that the victim is undergoing a severe bleeding, or we must take him or her to hospital right at that moment, but we just back away from doing that. So this type of lethargic situation arises. So we need to know that why is there a need for some Good Samaritan law or scheme. So this is what I had told you just now. It's like what we see, what we witness, but we need to know certain government data, government facts, which we need to write in our mains answer as well as for the prelims purpose. So as per the 201 report, the 201st report of the Law Commission of India, over 50% of those who die in road accidents can be saved with timely medical care within the first 1 hour. So this has been said, and then 50% of the road accidents can be avoided if rapid assistance is provided, as I had told you. Then 1.42 lakh people died in the road accidents in 2014. So a survey has come up with this data. Second is that as per Save Life Foundation data, which is an institution rather an organization, 3 out of 4 people in India are hesitant to help accident victims due to fear of legal authorities and counter questions. This also we have discussed. Then quickly running through the points, coming to the last point, to enable bystanders to come forward and help injured persons, a supportive legal and ethical environment is needed in the absence of an efficient emergency medical services, which is known as the EMS system in India. So the bystanders can play a crucial role in ensuring that a road accident victim gets immediate relief within the golden hour period. That is, we might save his or her life. Our one action might save a life, which is a very big thing. Then various judicial and governmental actions. So in 2014, we need to know that a private member bill upon the Good Samaritan was introduced in the parliament. And in March 2016, the Save Life Foundation versus Union of India, in this case, the Supreme Court incorporated the guidelines for the protection of Good Samaritans and standard operating procedures for their examination by police and during the trial. So, like you can help the victim without undergoing or getting yourself trapped into the judicial or any kind of police related matters. And then comes the invocation of Article 141 and the Article 142 of the Constitution of India by the Supreme Court, and made above guidelines of force of law, the guidelines that we have discussed, like that why there was a need of the Good Samaritan scheme. Then on November 2016, the Karnataka government introduced the Karnataka Good Samaritan and Medical Professional Bill for the protection and regulation during emergency situations. And it was the first state, that's Karnataka is the first state in India to move towards enacting such a Good Samaritan law. Then finally, very recently in January 2017, Delhi government unveiled the Good Samaritan policy, under which monetary incentive of rupees 2000 and appreciation certificate will be given to people who help road accidents victims in the national capital. So just quickly running through the timeline of the legal development that has led to the Good Samaritan scheme. In 2012, we have a PIL filed by Save Life Foundation. Then on October 2014, the Supreme Court directed the center to issue the necessary guidelines with regard to the protection of Good Samaritans until appropriate legislation was not made by the Union Legislature. May 2015, we have Ministry of Road Transport and Highways notified the said guidelines. As per the guidelines, the disclosure of personal information by a Good Samaritan who brings an injured person to the hospital was made voluntary. So on January 2016, the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways issued standard operating procedures for the examination of the Good Samaritans by the police or during the trial. Then comes March 2016, where the Supreme Court reserved the judgment, making the guidelines and the SOPs binding on all states and union territories of India. So it became a permanent one. Then March 2016, the Supreme Court approved the guidelines issued by the center, and finally on April 2016, center issued notification for the protection of Good Samaritans and issued certain guidelines too. So what are the guidelines? Just quickly running through them: assuring Good Samaritans anonymity and protecting them from any civil or criminal liability for taking the victim to the nearest hospital. Number 2, they shall be treated respectfully and without discrimination on the grounds of gender, religion, region, nationality, caste, or any other. Number 3, complete anonymity in case the Good Samaritan doesn't want to reveal his name or details. Number 4, use of video conferencing in case of any further interaction with him by the authorities, and provision for the police to examine him at his residence or office at any place of his convenience. So finally, we can come to a conclusion from this. As you see, that road safety is a major concern, especially in developing countries, and solution lies by not only enforcing the legal codes but also promoting ethical and moral codes on the constitutional lines. So as the preamble of the Constitution promises about fraternity, brotherhood, so on similar lines we must say that Good Samaritan idea must be propagated by all possible means by treating fellow victims as not only another human being but just as our brothers and sisters. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day. But just as our brothers and sisters. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.